Good evening. This is Travis, W7TVS Net Control for the weekly W7MOB check-in net. This net meets weekly on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. on 147.300 repeater with a PL tone of 77. This is a directed net. Upon checking in, please use phonetics with your call sign if possible. This net will break for any and all emergency traffic. If for any particular reason this repeater goes down, we can also go to an alternative frequency of 440.925 with a 69.3 PL. And if that one goes down, we can always try 224.000 megahertz with a 100 PL. And if everything just decides to go kaput and shut all the way down, we can always try to continue the net on 146.440 FM simplex. And with that, do we have any emergency traffic before we start the net here? Do we have anybody who would just like a quick in and out, just a quick check-in? Please come now.
I'm still in the rig here, just pulling in, so go ahead and put me down there in case I don't get back on there. Travis, KG7LEV, and I don't know if you need a topic tonight or not, and I don't know that much about it. I just heard from one of my workers that there was a big CME today, and the aurora is supposed to be visible all the way down here between 9 and 11 or something like that, and I don't know what it's going to do to propagation, but anyhow, just something you might want to Google. KG7LEV.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm going to have to be going outside then and looking to the north, which conveniently is, right out my porch there, looking right to the north. So, yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to have to go check that out after around 9 o'clock, I guess. That's not a problem at all. So, hey, I really appreciate you letting us know that. That'll be pretty interesting. And, yeah, I'll have to check that out on Google, too, and see what's going on. Band conditions are kind of tonight on an HF. They're not terrible, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that does to the band, to the ionosphere and whatnot there.
Well, if you can see anything, send out a text or something on the group text there. It's fog's rolling in down here, and I'd certainly drive up on top of Washburn to take a look if it was lit up, because I've only seen them a couple of times down this far, and it's really something to see.
Yeah, I saw it mildly one time, and I drove up on top of Flat Mountain there because I knew it was coming, and I was just by myself, and it was evening time, and I was like, about 2 hours it's supposed to be starting to roll in, and that's what I did. I just said heck with it, and I drove up there. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. I couldn't see it too well, but you could see it off in the distance there. But yeah, it is pretty cool to see.
Alrighty, sir. I'm getting ready to turn it off, and if we don't get back on before you close the net, have a good evening. KG7LEV.
All right, Randy. Well, hey, man, always great talking to you. I really appreciate you getting in here and getting on the paper as well. And yeah, I hope everything just keeps going good, and that would be really cool to see some of that. So really appreciate the info, because I had no idea. I wouldn't even be paying attention. But anyway, all right, man. Well, hey, have a great night. We'll say 7-3 for now. Is there anybody else who would just like a quick in and out, early out type check-in this evening? Please come now. And with nothing heard on that, we'll go ahead and take regular check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, please come now for the W7MOB Wednesday Night Net.
Whiskey 7 India Victor November. How you doing there, buddy?
Well, I'm doing pretty darn good there, Ivan. A little tired. I played some mechanicking today, and of course, it just goes, as far south as it could possibly go. But other than that, I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I've been mechanicking for a while now. Means how the restaurant. Well, the boss called me and asked me if I wouldn't mind coming in and blah blah. And it's like, here's the deal: we have a cook that we hired that hasn't gotten the unemployment that she should have gotten. You know, granted, it's only been a few months, et cetera, et cetera. And she was just up the street. It's like, look, I'm up to my eyeballs in cars. So call her. Have her come to work. I'm surviving. She's probably not. So you call her, and if you can't get a hold of her, then call me. But you take care of our other people that don't have an alternate source of income. You know, because I've been doing cars forever. You know, and all she does is cook and restaurant. And, you know, so, yeah, if you can put her to work, do. And and I haven't heard anything back. So apparently they got a hold of her, which makes me happy because, you know, I'm doing okay. I mean, you know, I'm making $100 a day, so I'm doing okay. If she needs to work, put her to work.
Well, and that's fair enough. You know, I totally get that. And yes, I would agree with you. You know, you have been doing it a long time. And, yeah, you know, if you're getting backed up, man, it's probably the best thing. You know, and that's the deal is with stuff like that is it almost just kind of works out for whatever reason, you know. I mean, you know, if you can make $100 a day, you know, you're doing all right. I mean, you ain't going to get rich doing it. But, I mean, you can't really complain either. It's better than, you know, making no bucks a day. So, you know, there is that.
Well, it pays all of the bills with party money and still enough money to work on the 4th. So, yeah, I mean, I do all right. Yeah, I'm getting by. We're doing all right. I got a drawer full of cash right now, actually. I have a drawer full of money. And you'll get shot if you come to my house trying to get it. I'm just saying. But, no, you know, our buddy Dale down the road there, you know very well, as a matter of fact. I'm working on his pickup here today and tomorrow. I got the intake started leaking coolant, so I got to yard the intake off the old girl and put new gaskets and whatnot in there, and et cetera, et cetera. Anyhow, I don't know if you still got his number or not. You ought to just give him a call and say hi. Him and Kathy are happy as two peas in a pod. They're doing very well. Excuse me there. That was a beer burp. Yeah, you got to call and say hi, man. I mean, you've known Dale for a long time. Just call and say hi.
Yeah, I probably should. I haven't talked to Dale in probably 3 or 4 years. Something like that. But no, yeah, he's a really good guy. You know, he's never done me wrong at all. He's a stand-up gentleman. Is what you know. Just I mean, you can't put it much more forward than that. I guess he is just a straight-up stand-up gentleman. Unlike you know the most of us degenerates out here. Hi. But no, I really should. But you know, it kind of fell out too when he got together with Kathy and stuff like that, you know, but, you know, I get it, man, it's life, but yeah, I should give him a call, and I'm pretty sure I'd have to get my phone and check. My phone's over here right now, or over there, rather, but I'll have to get in there. I'm pretty sure I do have his phone number, though.
Well, if you don't, let me know. Throw me a text if you do or don't, whatever. I'll get you both of his numbers, and whatnot. Because I know we were talking today. Every year for Christmas, I get about a pound of cheese, smoked cheddar, smoked pepper jack. I get a great big old tin of smoked nuts. And in fact, I'm getting 2 tins this year because it's like the smoked nuts are my favorite. I could eat them every single day. And he goes, well, I'll just make sure that you have plenty this year, by golly. And I love Dale. He's incredible. He's always telling me too. It's like, hey, if you ever need any firewood, just let me know. Remember, I got a cord that or more that you and Travis got there. So if you ever need any wood, just let me know. And it's like, Dale, we got that for you, man. And he goes, nope. You guys did all the work and you carted it in here and you stacked it and it's like, all right, man. So yeah, we had a good time that week, didn't we? Or weekend. Yeah, we had a good time out there. What was that? 8, 10 trees that were down, that cut down, that we chopped up and carted out of there. That was a good time.
And this is Travis, W7TVS, for the W7MOB Wednesday Night Net. Yeah, I do. I remember that specifically. Yeah, that was a lot of wood, and we got it done pretty quick too. In fact, I remember most of it was stackable, and then all the bigger stuff, I remember we had it there for a couple days, next, like in the little gravel area, kind of next to his driveway there, and then you and I had split most of it, and then I remember me and Dale went out there and finished it up. There wasn't much left, but yeah, that was actually kind of fun, and it was all oak too, every bit of it, so that was awesome. But that was years ago. It's like, well, but like I said, he's a stand-up gentleman, and that's just how he is. He doesn't think about how we think of it. It's like, well, we got him some wood, and helped him out a little bit, and this and that, and it's all good. We don't care. But he just, but he's just a kind man. He's saying, oh, hey, if you need some wood, here you go, man. You help me out, I'll help you out. That type of deal. He likes the barter system. He always has.
Well, I think the barter system is actually, boy, it'd sure be nice if that's the way everything still was. But, everybody's got to have that dollar, Sheesh, it's horrible. We have to get together, my brother. We need to hang out for a minute. You got to grab the kid and the girl, and she even grabbed Ma. Bring Ma up here and come and hang out. And bring that big old goofy dog with you. Come and hang out for an afternoon. We'll have some, we'll have some tacos or whatever, and whatever, and just hang out for a few hours. It's been too long. And yeah, you never come up here. The last 2, 3, 4 times we've seen you, we had to go down there and pick on you. So there you go. And how's you still working at O'Reilly's?
Slinging auto parts, baby.
Nice, and I'll bet you're good at it too. So anyhow, right on. Well, that's a job I'd hang on to there for a while. That's actually a good job, and she'll be managing that joint before long. So anyhow, well, alrighty then. I'll step aside here for a while. I'll listen, and if it gets quiet, I'll come back in here. But anyhow, we'll let somebody else see what somebody else has got to say. Any cotton picking, Hal. I love you, brother. Give everybody loves for me, and I miss you. So we'll talk to you. Whiskey 7 India Victor November, Albany.
All right, brother. Yeah, it's I got to get up there one of these days. I know, but I'm working nights, so my schedule's all screwed up. But I guess nights, it's not that bad. It's working till roughly 9:15. I got Wednesdays off specifically so I could run my net, which they were fine with it. But and it really isn't actually that bad of a job. Actually, the pay is okay, and could be better. I've definitely made more before, but I'm not complaining because I went from super high stress environment to to actually like a fun environment. Well, it's still work. I mean, there's still work to be done, but it's a much lower stress environment. So I actually enjoy it, and you get to meet cool people and all kinds of fun stuff, and it's it's not a bad deal. And yes, you can move up pretty quickly there. It's well, maybe I probably can, but anyway, I don't know. We'll see how that works. But no, I'm going to hang out there for a while. I think the only time I would leave something like that is if some sort of government job, something like that, city worker job, something like that came up. Otherwise, I'm going to just hang out. I like it. It's close to home. I can be at work in about 9 minutes from my driveway, and where I live out here, I can't complain about that a bit. So anyway, all right, Ivan. Well, I'll let you go, and we'll move along here. And appreciate you checking in, brother. I love you, man. And we'll get it figured out here after the holidays. Everything's pretty chaotic right now, Oh, and by the way, what I was doing was changing the oil in 3 different rigs today, and one of them was an exploder. And yeah, the people at the oil change place put the drain bolt on so tight I had to bang the ratchet with a hammer to pop it loose, which was ridiculous. and then the oil filter was on there so tight, and virtually no room to work. I pretty much had to break the filter and pry it off. It was pretty ridiculous. It took quite some time, but anyway, that was a scoop on that. So anyway, I'm going to move along here, Ivan. Appreciate you, man. We got you down the paper. I love you, bro, and I'll say 7-3 for now. Is there anybody else who would like to check in to the W7 MLB Wednesday Night Net?
Well, I want to know where the alternate net control is.
Well, who's the alternate net control, Steve?
I think his name is Jackson.
Jackson, you're being paged.
What?
You're being paged on the radio. Oh, he's over here. I don't know if he's coming over. Oh, yeah. Alternate net control is on its way over.
You know, if you third-partied him on the net,
You
I
want to
bet
talk on the
you'd
radio?
have a riot.
You want to talk on the radio? Well, yeah, I probably would be, but I just asked him. I said, well, you want to talk on the radio? And he looked at me and went, huh? And I said, do you want to talk on the radio? And, of course, he runs off. So I take that as a big old fat no.
Oh, well, got to keep him interested. But I tried. What can I say? So, slinging water pumps and alternators, huh?
Oh, yeah, and oil filters and PCV valves and, valve cover gaskets and, fuel filters and, the whole gamut there. Yeah, pretty much all of it. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
And I trust you're a stand-up guy and tell them you have a ball peen hammer for a reason. It's to peen the valve covers so that they're flat again. So when you tighten them down, the gasket lands flat. And same with transmission, service stuff, and yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, well, if it comes into that, then yeah, I would probably tell them that. But honestly, here in Junction City, most of the people that come in there pretty much know what they're doing for the most part. Once in a while somebody don't. I might have to go change a headlight or a wiper blade or a battery or something like that in somebody's car. But for the most part, most of the guys around here are pretty, shall we say, rednecks.
Well, up here in the big city, we'd have to use that, explain that as mechanically engineering savvy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, to be politically correct, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, these college-educated kids running around here that can't even spell their name correctly, but you still got to be politically correct. What can I say?
Oh, yeah. Another good highlight of my day there, just to throw it out here, is I got the soon-to-be 14-year-old girl out there to change oil in my pickup because I know it's pretty simple and it's easy to crawl under there. And I actually talked her into coming out there and, showing her how that's done. And when it was all done, she's like, 15-minute deal or whatever. And she's like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh. So guess who gets to change the oil in the Dodge next time?
Oh, God. Yeah, well, my granddaughter, she shows up at work. She's, 12? And I'm trying to put a rear hatch back together in a car that I just put a backup camera in. And, you got the interior panel, big piece. And she's as tall as me now. And she's like, let me help you with that. And so she's helping me install this interior panel on a rear hatch. And she's like, so, we're going to have a part-time job.
And this is Travis, W7TVS, for the W7MOB Wednesday Night Net. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So it sounds like you're going to have a helper here for long, you know, once she gets her, do they even do a work permit anymore? I don't even know if they do that. But yeah, you know, I have a part-time helper there, Steve. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, they are, you know, doing all their school on the computer anyway. I mean, so what the heck? Might as well learn something more practical, because for everything that I've seen here with these two kids, they're really not learning much on the computers.
Well, she's bored with the computer because she's very bright and she does all of her homework. You give her an assignment and she does it in one day and then slides the rest of the week because she's bored. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. But we've been working on the, she's been writing a cartoon. She's invented her own cartoon. And she writes all the dialogue and everything and does the animation. And I'm going to be helping her with the music and stuff on it. So we'll see where that takes her. You know, for the age of 12, who knows? She could be working for Disney, you know, in 5-10 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if she's that good there, then she probably could. That's pretty cool. Yeah, she sounds like a real bright one there. That's pretty awesome. You know, to make your own cartoon and stuff. And then she's wanting to, you know, help you out. I mean, my gosh. You know, who knows? The possibilities are endless at that point, I suppose.
Yeah, Mom always wanted a primp and pretty little fingernail polished girl, and she'd rather be under the hood of a car with me, getting nerdy gritty and grabbing tools. And well, I bought her first full. She has a full tool set here, custom painted box and everything. Cause I had it painted because she likes green. And yeah, she's got a full tool set here at the house. She got that for her 8th birthday. W7ETK.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so is it just all like, you know, ratchets and sockets and wrenches, or is it like hammers and screwdrivers and, you know, Allen wrenches, or what is it? What's in the tool set there?
No hammers, but yeah, she's got 3/8 drive, quarter drive, metric standard, deep, medium, short, sockets, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, standard and metric, screwdrivers with the ACR bits. Let's see, what else is in that set? There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's some other goodies. I can, right off the top of my head, I can't. Oh, battery cleaner, you know, post cleaner and terminal cleaner. You know, general maintenance stuff. You know, so when she gets her first car, she'll be able to take care of the darn thing. You know, I'm an avid person of, if you own it, you need to know how to fix it.
Well, that's exactly right too. That's why I got the girl out there. You know, she's a couple of years away, and she might be getting a car there. So I figure if I can teach her a few things, at least, you know, checking the oil, changing the oil, maybe even changing a tire, you know, stuff like that. At least start with the basics and just go from there. And heck, who knows? She might even be interested in it. She might even want to do it, like, you know, more consistently. She might be like, hey, is anything broke? Can we go out there and fix it? And it's like, well, you know, we could do this or we could do that, you know, or maybe we should put a cold air intake on the Dodge. Maybe that would motivate me to get that done, you know. I've been thinking about that for years now. So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Maybe that's what I should do is, you know, get the kids their own toolkits there. Because I always complain about people using my tools because my tools disappear anytime, most of the time. I won't say every time, but I'll say most of the time they disappear when other people use them.
And maybe she'll want to make $40 an hour like old Uncle Ivan does.
Well, I'll tell you what, working for Tacoma Dodge, the gal in the next stall over, she was third member, rear end and four-wheel drive transfer case specialist, and she made 3 times the money I did. A little short, stout gal, but man, she knew her stuff. She could tear apart a Saginaw transfer case in about, I'd say an hour and a half, and have all the parts out there on the bench, identify what the problem is, go to parts, grab them, and by the time she went home, that transfer case was rebuilt.
Yeah, see, that's pretty slick, man. That's good, you know. That's yeah, but you know, it's all about learning, you know, learning and doing. I mean, yeah, the schooling can teach you a pretty fair amount, you know, as long as it's hands on, then you know, you, or at least for me, I would do pretty good. But you know, if it was all book learning, yeah, probably not so much. I'd probably learn some of it, I'm sure, but you know, hands on, that's kind of the way to go for me.
W7ETK. Well,
I'm
you know,
recording
and
this, so
like with me, of course, what I do for a living, automotive, and electrical, and computers, because I was already at, 10, already knew electronics, and then along came printed circuit boards, and then integrated circuit chips, and I always kept up on everything. But, so obviously for what I do for a living, I fell right into it. I like music, I like cars, and I like electronics. So there you go. You know, you find your niche and you stick with it. And I've been doing this, what now, for 43 years?
well, there you go. And you know, the kind of like what I'm doing now is almost like a cross between, you know, the things that I know how to do. You know, I know how to wrench. I know a fair amount about auto parts. I'm a particularly good salesman, not to toot my own horn, but I am. You know, so that kind of plays into it. Like, I looked at the numbers the other day from this month so far, and I'm, well, for the you know, the retail side of it, for the net income, I'm thousands higher than everybody else. And I just, you know, I've only been there like 3 weeks. I just started the job here not too long ago, after I took a break there. So, yeah, yeah, you know, so that's what makes it interesting for me, you know. So I kind of know the retail side of it, but I can also do, you know, the salesman side of it too. So, and you know, get to meet some cool people and get some good pro tips on, you know, what to do in this situation on whatever type of vehicle. So that's kind of cool too.
Well, yeah, and you're the kind of person that looks beyond the, oh, I need windshield wiper blades. Well, is your windshield cleaner reservoir full? Do you need a gallon of that as well? It is winter, and do you want the de-icing kind? You know, you foresee beyond the simple, I need this. Because if they need that, do you also need this, and this?
Well, and that's exactly right too. You know, that's the deal. You just, you know, I've even done it, you know, upselling stuff like, well, you see somebody pull in and they pull on the other side of the parking lot, and you know, all of a sudden you see they step on the brakes and there's a brake light out. So you just mention it to them, say, oh, just so you know. I'm pretty cool. Oh yeah, well, I better get one of those. You know, it's like, yeah, probably should. Oh, you might as well just get two, because you know the other one's going to be going out here real quick. So yeah, you know.
Oh, exactly. You know, and then it's kind of like, well, you know, if it's a standard separate turn and brake, then it's like, well, do you want to replace it with a bulb that's going to last 100 million years, like a LED?
Yeah, and then you're going to need that, you know, that line resistor that they sell too, because otherwise your check engine light's going to come on the newer vehicles when you put the LED stuff in there from the, you know, the incandescent. Yeah, so you know you got to sell them that, and you know, though, it just keeps going. I mean, but that's how my brain works anyway. I already, you know, like you say, you just kind of foresee it. So, yeah, kind of one of them deals.
Yep, well, you know, in my line of work, same thing. You know, it's like, oh, you want a remote start? Okay, great. This one works 1,000 feet. Would you like one that works 3,000 feet? How far away are you going to park the car? Oh, do you want one that's going to actually tell you when the car started on the fob? Oh, okay. That's not far enough. You want a mile? Not a problem. How about 10,000 miles or another country? Oh, yeah, it's an app. You just put it on your phone. You can start, shut down, arm, disarm your alarm, lock, unlock the car from Portugal on your phone while it's parked here in Corvallis. Would you like that?
And this is Travis, W7TVS, for the W7MOB Wednesday Night Net. Yeah, isn't it interesting what you can, do with an app, for one? You do with, internet, I guess is, what it boils down to. But, yeah, and just upselling them. That's pretty much the whole deal right there. Just make it happen the best you possibly can. And if sometimes you can't make it happen and just say, well, okay, there you go. That's the best I can do. And, let them mosey along. But, yeah, you just do the best you can. You know the drill. I mean, what the heck? You've been doing it long enough.
Well, that is educating the public, too, because a lot of people don't know that stuff's available. And, well, like using the app on your phone, that's all via satellite. So it doesn't matter where in the world you're at. Your car's got that satellite transponder on it, and it's got its ears live all the time, 24/7, waiting for a command from that bird. So, yeah, you hit the internet, it goes up, hits that bird, comes down to your car, and your car does exactly what you just told it to do, and then reports back to you. So a lot of people don't realize that technology is there, so you got to kind of educate them. You got to throw it out there as an option. Maybe 1 in 100 will go for it, but that 1 in 100 is the one that goes, I didn't even know. So, yeah, and I'm sure you educate people on the difference on everything from spark plug wires. Do you want the basic ones? Do you want the okay ones? Do you want the good ones?
Well, you can do that with anything. You can do that with, the plugs themselves. You can do it with filters. You can do it with gaskets. There's alternator, starter, whatever. There's good, better, and best of everything. And, even better than best. Best, better, whatever you want to call it. It just depends where you want to go with it. The sky's the limit, essentially. If you want to get real high end, you have to order something in. But, for the most part, I mean, upselling people to a K&N oil filter, completely pointless. But, people buy them. However, they do, they filter out down to like, gosh, I don't even remember what the heck it is. Something like 700 micron or something crazy like that. They do work really good, but it's not a, reusable filter. And that's where the misconception of that is. So you have to explain that to them or else they get mad.
Oh, yeah, but, there's a plethora of things out there, and us that work in the jobs we work in, we have to at least throw it out there to the people so they understand there's options. Yeah, they'll usually get what they came in for, but at least they're now educated, and maybe next time they'll be like, well, what if I do this? How about we go that one step up, just one step?